So first of all, I want to thank you guys for coming today. It really meant a lot for you guys to come out. I hope it was a great event. The weather was great. You guys did unbelievable. We're going to hang out a little after some more if you guys want some questions. We'll do some question and answers. But I wanted to thank the staff, the guys from today's collision. I want to give them a hand. They really worked hard. I mean, it took as you can see, as much as you don't look at it, it took a lot to put this on and convince them all week long. I had to bribe them, but they did a good job of putting it on. I want to thank Vicky too, Vicky McGinnis. She helped get this whole thing off and running. Aaron and Dave and the rest of the directors and all you guys in the club. It's awesome. You guys did a great job. Thank you for coming out and taking photos with us, and I hope all that part of it works. But we had one of our big things. I went to a Bruins Foundation for she was running the marathon for one of the Bruins, and we went to this thing, and they had a painting, and it was the two goalies. If you guys know the Bruins, they hug, and they had that picture, and it was at Fenway Park. So the artist was there, and he had it, and they raffled. Of course, I ended up buying it. That's my life story. But so I bought it, and I was saying to him, hey, I had this cool event. I want to do something cool. So we had no idea. He dropped it off yesterday afternoon. So we're going to show everybody, but it was a pretty cool thing, and so we wanted to unveil it. His name is Ryan McPhee. He's from New Bedford. He's a great kid. Just an artist that does some crazy stuff, so it was a really cool thing. So we want to unveil it in front of you guys. So help you there. So that was kind of cool. New England, we try to do New England stuff as much as we can. And I don't know, we didn't know what to expect. Me and Vicky said, wow, what it's going to be like. And it was kind of cool. He had a little bit of everything, and he tweeted duck. So he did an awesome job, and that's going to hang in our lobby. So that's a really cool thing that he did for us. So here's the most important thing. It's questions and answers. I guess I'm going to do my best. I got to get a couple of my guys over here. So I don't know, you guys got questions or anything you guys want to ask?
How did you get started? Talk a little bit about the history.
Yeah. So 35 years now. I mean, I went to vocational school. I took a trade up. Back then it was an afternoon class. It wasn't even the day. I went to public school, and then from there I went in the afternoon to the vocational school, and I learned it. And then I just became a man, and I bounced around from the shoe shops. Back then, a long time ago, I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm pretty old. But back then, you were a body man, you painted, you did a little bit of everything. And the one thing I learned, I worked for some great people, and I always said that when I want to get my own company, I want it to be professional. And we did it, and we struggled through the parts. And the one big thing, I hired a consultant, had no money, we hired a consultant. And he came in, and the first thing he said is, you got to get rid of your tools. And that was the start of it all. So it basically took my toolbox, put it away, and he had to run the company. And that's what I kind of learned and how to do is run the company, and little by little. And I was lucky. I had great staff. We opened the location in Chelsea first and here. And then we opened it, Stoneham, they went to Danvers. And a lot of my staff that work for me, we got a lot of people over. We had our first party for 25 years the other day for a gentleman in Chelsea. So 25 years our employee. And a lot of my other staff, my manager's been with me a long time, and a lot of them been with me, and they opened up the other locations. So just a grind, but we took love into it. We like it. I work hard for it. I think, we're proud of what we do. We have our ups and downs like everybody else, but, we take pride. And I think all the technicians here take pride, as you could see today, because they didn't have to be here today. I think they're not getting paid, are they, Vic? I don't know if they are or not, but that's it.
So part of my interview process was asking Bobby, where did you get the name Today's Collision?
I don't, so. Go ahead, tell him.
I mean, what was very intriguing, because you have all types of collision, and the way, Bobby explained it, he was like, well, I want to work on today's cars, not yesterday's cars. I want to, work with today's people. I want to work with today's equipment. I want to be the future, if not present. He doesn't want to be in the past. What's in the past, we want to look forward. And I was like, wow, it's simple, but there's a lot of meaning behind it that was pretty intriguing. And after that, and then working here for X amount of years, I've seen, the true name Today's and what he stands for. So I appreciate you for doing what you do and being who you are and expanding what you do.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. But my other staff knows because it's called Today, so it's me, and I run around my crazy, guys. Sometimes I get a little crazy. My hands are flying. Today, that's why it's today's. The car's got to leave today, now. They all run around. It's not called tomorrow's. It has to happen. So that's my other thing. They all rag me on pretty much when I run around and making sure the car's out on delivery time. So any more other questions? Or? Wow, no. Okay,
Great
good.
presentation. Did you seek out Tesla, or did Tesla seek you out?
So actually, they seeked us out to our paint manufacturer. They were looking to get into the Boston area. They were just out there, and our paint manufacturer came to us and said, set up a meeting with us, and they were intrigued. And we basically had to go through a whole bunch of background, checking out the company and that. And I told a couple of you the story that when we first got on, we were the first ones that lucked out. I mean, good and bad. We didn't have to go to California, so they just started online training. They did more in-house, so we lost that opportunity to go there. But the same token, it was something new that they wanted to do, and they wanted to promote it, and they did a ton of online training. But we went through a lot of them coming out and sending people out from California to make sure that we were up to the standard they wanted. So we were lucked out, and then it just grew from there. And then once, I think the staff that are here, most of them that are here, I mean, once they got on, they were like excited. I was a little nervous. I'm like, electric, I don't know. And the best invention, we did. And it's not about money all the time, but it is an expense to get involved. But you got to take it and go with it and be proud of what you do. And I think from us showing you everything, you guys can see that the staff's proud. We're proud of the product that we give away, and the end results for a few that have been here kind of know what the end result is, and that's a good thing. I think you told me the story that your friend had his car fixed, so that was a good story. I didn't even know, so that was pretty good to share with us. Anything else?
What percentage of your business is Tesla?
Well, in this location, it's probably 60%. In my Danvers location, small, it's probably about 50% up there because they do a lot out of the service center. So it's a good bulk of our business right now.
More than half of your total.
Oh, yes. Yeah, totally. Out of 4 stores, too. The other stores do not do Tesla. They don't touch them, no EV. They'll do like a different type, like a Prius type EV, but not anything to a level like that we're at. Yes. Uh-oh. I knew I was going to avoid you, Dave.
What's the easiest insurance company to deal with?
Ah.
Hot mic.
So they all have their pros and cons. It's like anything else. I think, I'll be upfront. I think the companies that are based around here, not naming them, the more companies that are more local seem to be a little bit more open-minded in dealing with stuff like this. Some of the national companies seem a little tricky because they have set procedures and ways, and I know they're everywhere. They seem to go sometimes a different path. A lot of them can't make decisions where some of the local guys, you're dealing with local guys over time of being in business with them, and over time, we could, they've seemed like they do a better job of being open-minded in the repair. The repairs, let's face it, are not cheap. For some of you guys that have repairs here and big jobs like that, it's pretty expensive, but there's a lot that goes in it. So that's become, that's one of the big things that has to happen. So the answer to that question, I don't know. I think agents got a lot to do with it. That's a big thing because agents can help you in different things. Where a lot of now starting to get away from agents. So I think there's that twofold. I know they're not cheap to insure. I think that's a problem with a lot of people. Insurance costs a little bit on them more. So I think people look around for different ways. But to answer your question the best I can without singling anybody out.
How about Tesla insurance? Are they close? Have we heard anything about?
I am mad. What have we done? 2? We probably only did a handful.
We've done a half a dozen.
Oh, you have done them?
Yeah.
And they're mainly for, COVID hit and, people traveling while working.
Yeah.
Perfect example, we had a couple lived in California, had Tesla insurance, out visiting here for the entire summer. They got involved in a pretty bad accident. Car was here about a month and a half, and they had Tesla insurance, and the way they handle it's a lot different than Massachusetts. The process was a little bit longer, approvals, things like that, but word is, they're trying to get, expand out a little bit more, but it's, definitely tougher because you're going against their regulations and our regulations here, which is a lot of admin behind the scenes that, a lot admin that definitely happens, but a lot of it, is depends on if they want to make that big jump. They open up a collision center, right outside of Boston or right in Boston, and I think, to partner up with that, then that might be their first insight. you know, but we never know, you know, we never know. But they, you know, we've only dealt with them maybe, you know, a handful of times, like Bobby said, and just process a little bit longer, but you know, it's been good. It's been good. They know all the procedures, so we don't have to negotiate that. But the negotiation part of it is easier because that's all they do. You know, that's all they do. They're not dealing with all these manufacturers that we deal with on a daily basis. So it's more direct, you know, makes it easy on the admin part of it. But you know, we'll see if they do expand. You know, that's be fun.
One of the other things we came up with, I don't know, well, probably Mark's probably knew it. Well, his guy's in there, but we come up with a whole new communication system. Vicky and my son we developed it. It was our own internal. We didn't want to go generic, and we kind of built it and worked on it forever. Probably, I don't know how many weeks and months we did it. But I think you got a few, and it tells you the process of where it's going through. And that was huge because we got by Matt, is one of the reps up front, runs the office, and we were getting killed. Everybody called us about, where's my car? And then we were like, this can't keep happening. We just couldn't answer the questions. People had started getting mad, and which is fine, and it's the truth. We called it update, no update. We had no update. So we built a whole communication process that tells you where the car is through the stage, which stage it goes through now. You get emails, you can go on, you see videos, you can link on the link. So like if we're doing like the structure, sort of the similar situation, how we designed it is kind of the way we flow through there, and it shows you. So you get email updates, so at least you have an idea where the car is at, and you don't try to keep the communication. We can text it. We're kind of playing with the text now. It's a little trickier. Email is a lot because we do a lot more bigger repairs. The texting's more in the smaller store. So we just developed that, and that's been going out really good. It's a lot consumed. We didn't think it would be a big thing. It'll be easy, but we don't want to send the wrong message until it's ready to send out. So we've been doing a lot of that stuff. So again, we started it at the end of December, and then we kind of just been playing, but that's been working. So we're trying to always look for the next solution to help, the consumer out the best we can. Yes.
So obviously a lot of cars get into accidents, but there's also some percentage of business that you probably get either from Tesla or Rivian. I see a bunch of vehicles out here damaged in transit on the way to a customer delivery. I'm curious, how much business do you get from EV manufacturers in general without putting Tesla on the spot?
I mean, we're Mercedes certified with Jaguar Land Rover certified on top of Tesla and Rivian. So those four manufacturers, we get our share of damaged transportation cars. So it does, it's kind of equal. You get sometimes you'll get a bunch in a row, and then sometimes you won't see it for a long time. We are one of the warranty shops for service alignment, body alignment. I think we talked about every one of your cars. We can go out there, and my guys would probably put tape on about 100 little alignment spots around your car. But as far as transportation damage, there's a point where they fix them. There's a point they don't fix them. I personally, with Tesla, I don't think we've seen any not repairable that came in totally right. We never even get to that. We've seen maybe one Rover, Mercedes, maybe one and two, but never that many. Most of them are all scratch and bumpers or like light stuff, nothing to the extreme. I think, structural-wise, I'm not talking for them, but I'm pretty sure if it gets structural damage, it has to be flagged and they can't sell it. I don't think they could sell it as a new car. So we wouldn't even see something like that. Yes? Been a lot of talk about that lately. I don't know. I don't know if my wife would let me, actually. I don't know. Yeah, see, he said nope. I don't know. I always you always like to be that way, but it's very hard to do only because, I have a great staff. I'm lucky. And I opened 4 locations, and when you have 4 locations, you take your staff helps you open those locations. So I think we'd be spreading ourselves pretty thin, and I don't think we can give the quality that we would, that A, that the customer deserves, and B, I don't think we'd be doing justice. So I don't know that answer yet. But I'm always one of those guys, say it today, and next week, I'm opening in New Hampshire, and you guys are coming to a grand opening, so you never know with me. One of those things,
I live in New Hampshire, I didn't have any.
I know, yeah. Well, and again, we have Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. I know Maine, they open a couple in Maine, few in that, but we still have people still come. They're very happy with our service. They drive, and it's a tough thing. In COVID times, we were picking up and delivering. Probably the gentleman that parked your Tesla, he'll say he used to drive. They were driving hours and hours. We were going 3.5 hours up to pick up cars back in the COVID days. We did that for a long time, but then it got to a point we were just overwhelmed with what we already have. Again, we could have 50, 60 Teslas at once, and that's a lot to try to handle and, run the process through and get everything going, so it becomes that way. But we'll keep you in mind. If we have to pick up and deliver, we'll pick up and deliver. Yes.
Notice on this white Model S over here, there's a lot of curb rub on the wheels.
Yes. Ooh.
Is that something that you guys would repair, you would send out to get fixed, or?
Yeah, so we do a couple things. We use a company called Rim Pro. They're great people. They're kind of like us for a long time. So we end up, a lot of times if insurance to get an accident, say like it gets a scratch in it, we replace it brand new, we take them and we send them out. So we try to stock, especially with the pinwheels on the 3s. I mean, they're like, you know, so we try to get them, and they true the wheels, they remanufacture them, they do a nice job. The black on the X's, the spines, they're pretty tough, powder coated black. They're a little tricky. He does a good job, but they're not a perfect. It's a little off a little bit. But yeah, we refurbish them, no problem. We don't physically do that here. We send, there's Rim Pro. They're up by like in Bradford area, up that area. They're very good. The big thing with refurbishing, you know, there's companies that go out on the road, they do it, and that's great, but they're not truing the wheel. And then most of these Teslas hitting potholes, the tires are hard, you know, that's a big thing. Those wheels take a beating. So we're very particular. And there's some wheels that get cracks in them you just don't fix. You know, it's just not worth doing them. But most, when we walk around the car, when you drop off a car, one of the big things is we walk around and we go through the car, and the big thing is we all laugh and say, okay, well, how many wheels are damaged? And then it stinks, but a lot of the times the right side wheels are done. And it kind of makes the customer laugh. We all laugh about it, but it's a joke, but it's pretty common that most of the wheels have pretty much got curb rash on them. Yes?
Do you guys like working on Teslas or Rivians better?
Oh, Tesla. Oh. Aaron, you set me up on that one. I mean, I can't answer that. I mean, probably the staff would. I mean, I think the Rivian, I mean, Tesla, we know what we do every day, so we pretty much every tech that works on them. And that's the other thing, too. I don't think I told some of these, but we have a team that just works on Teslas. They don't pretty much, well, they're starting to play with Rivians a little bit, but they don't really do too many different cars. So they're very knowledgeable in the Tesla world. Rivian seems to be good. They have, again, it's like when we started with Tesla, they're new. They got their little quirky things in there. It's a little different. It's a truck. It's a little bit there, but they same little things that we find wrong with Teslas we see with Rivians. But I think, me personally, I like Tesla a little better because Rivians take up more space, and when you have a lot of cars, they take up your yard, and like you can see over there. So for me, I'm more into the Tesla. It's more convenient. We get them in the shop. When we have a whole bunch of Rivians, it's pretty hard to move in here. So if that's the answer, the easiest way, I would say Tesla. Good question, though. Yes?
So I know you do collisions only.
Yeah.
But if someone got some aftermarket parts, bumpers or wings and stuff, do you guys do that?
We have in the past. We're a little busy. It's a little tricky. But what we learned, we only kind of try to. I mean, what was the company that we put the bumpers on? Yeah, there's only certain brand that we played with a little bit that we've had success with. A few of them, we didn't have success with doing it. But yeah, I mean, we do it every day. You got to paint them, so we would do it. I mean, spoilers in the back when we put them on. Yep. And that's the other thing, the spoilers. I mean, people just put them on 2-way tape. It ain't gonna work. There's a way to do it, and you'd be surprised. Putting a spoiler on could take an hour here. I mean, the guys would tell you the way we do it. We actually add little dabs of urethane in the corners, tighten them down, because that definitely that's what they come up as on the corners, because they're not. And then they're generic, a lot cheaper, but sometimes they don't fit right. We don't even put them on. We try them. If they don't fit and they start moving a little bit, we won't even put those on. It's just we know it's going to come off. There's nothing we can do on that. Yeah? Oh, I think that, Dave.
So we got the Cybertruck coming out.
Yes.
A couple of questions. And you can say yes or no or Fifth Amendment. Has Tesla done any training with you yet about the Cybertruck?
Fifth Amendment. No, they haven't really. I mean, Stephen, we're on time. They haven't really said much about it.
Same thing, like more or less the third generation, the Model X. They didn't come out with any specific training. They just show online procedures to fix the car. So I think with the Cybertruck, it's gonna be pretty much the same. The structural part, we just follow the procedures, and it's gonna be good. On the electronic part or performance of the car, I believe it's gonna be like a Model S, Model 3, Model Y.
Won't it be more like one piece and giant pieces?
My question is, how well are you guys gonna work with the stainless steel?
Yeah, and if there's a dent in the stainless steel, what are you gonna do?
You have to use no paint. You can't. It's like the DeLoreans. We fixed DeLoreans way back in the day when they came out. Same thing. I mean, there's not much you can do with it. Dent, you get to kind of PDR it and try to go with something like that.
PDR?
Yeah, like paintless dent repair it.
Oh,
So try to go with something like that and try to get out. And I mean, we're lucky. We have some great craftsmen there that we do a lot. I mean, when Rivian first came out, every one was back in the corners. If you look at a couple of them, they're pretty open. And we've fixed some wrecked things by not paintless dent, but get it out most of the metal straight. That's our goal. Get it straight as you can. Lose very little, maybe a little bit of polyester putty and prime. So I think that's going to be a challenge. I mean, you've seen it when he did the video. Didn't he dent it and thought it was going to be okay, and it didn't come back? It does have memory, and it does come back, but I don't know if, how far that's going to go.
You're not going to get your door dings.
Yeah. Well, it's going to come out, so you should be okay. I mean, if it gets damaged, it's damaged. I don't think there's much you can do with it.
If you
So-
take another car with it, you total that car.
Yeah, stainless steel.
I imagine
I know.
it
I
has
think
crumple
Steven
zones.
seen one when he went to he was just in California and he just seen one. So
You saw the one they showed for the first time, the one they hit with the hammer. It's actually a little dent, but he hit it pretty good, so it's pretty much nothing compared to the impact that they hit. So it's pretty strong.
What about the crumple zone in the front? Did you look at that at all? And
That was a prototype, so I do the
it was a prototype. So we haven't really. I don't think they're really out like anybody's been able to see like a full version besides prototypes. We'll see.
cut out a piece, re-weld a spot, and
No, I don't think I don't need stainless. You can where it's set. Stainless is not the way of welding it. Yeah. Yeah, warp it. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to weld something like that. So he's going to have to make bolt-on, bolt-off panels. That's the only way it's going to work. Yeah, bolt-on, bolt-off panels. You won't be doing that. No. Maybe Rich will. Yes.
Have you seen much about the new Ys that have the structural pack with the castings on front and rear, where it's like one piece, and how that would be repaired, if anything?
We haven't seen the front here, the back one. We already fixed, when already fixed.
In the rear though, not the front.
They make
Yeah.
the section, the rear end spots at the rail.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty easy. So there's no welding in the gas.
Yeah.
So they basically, they put an extra sleeve on an inner sleeve, and it slides up from underneath and lines up and screws and bolts when they use it.
So would you say it's easier?
It's actually easier than welding it right.
Yeah.
Yes, he made it the process, give Tesla a ton of credit for that. The repair procedures are a lot better than most cars. They make it a lot more explains it better. He hired obviously collision guys and stuff like that to run the engineers and all that to make these procedures user friendly for us. If your car, put it back on the road.
Anything else? Go ahead. Oh, you sure? All right. Great. Thank you guys. Awesome. You guys are an awesome. Thank you. So before we all leave, you guys leave, please help yourself. We had these specially made. I just found out they had a bottle opener on the bottom, which is pretty cool. But please take one, and take them. These are our gifts for you guys for being great and coming out, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.